Hello, everybody, and welcome to Pure Live TV. This is a power yoga practice with your host, Michael Dinney. So we'll get started in a seated position, comfortable upright seat, and we'll start the good old-fashioned way with some breathing exercises before we get into the movements. And there's different breathing exercises traditionally in yoga. There's pranayama, which is used right before meditation, and that means victorious controlling of the breath, or it can mean freeing your breath or restraining your breath, and the term prana refers also to our internal energy. It also refers to that force in the universe that causes you to take a breath. So while you're sleeping, the prana is working its way through you without you having to think about it. And scientifically, that's because the pressure outside of you is greater than the pressure inside of you. So if you think about it as prana as being the universal force, that atmospheric difference, the universe is literally breathing you, which is pretty cool. It's pretty cool. It's pretty far out, yeah. And the other type of breathing is kind of confused with pranayama because sometimes it's done right before pranayama. We're going to do it right before asana postural yoga. So this type of breathing is called Kriya yoga. And so Kriya is the yoga of action. It also has the connotation of being like a cleansing exercise. So there's all kinds of weird Kriyas out there that I'm not going to get into. This is a PG-13 class, folks at home. If you're interested, you can look it up. There's an old text called the Hatha Pradipika going back to the 14th century that goes through a number of Kriyas in detail. Everything from staring at a candle flame until your eyes water to some pretty far out stuff. So the Kriya that we're going to do today is called Kapalabhati. It's awakening a couple important connections in your body. One of them is the pelvic floor, which has an upward lift as part of your core. And the other is the fourth deepest layer of the abdomen, the transverse abdominis. And this really helps us move energy and move prana. So if I'm anxious, I do Kapalabhati, brings me down. If I'm sleepy, I gave up coffee a few weeks ago, I'm back on. But for that little bit, I was doing my Kapalabhati every morning to wake up, and it works. It's really powerful. It's really powerful stuff. Because we are expelling air, we're doing it in a group where we're spaced out, and we're sitting on the floor, so you don't have to worry about breathing on your peers. And we keep the chin tucked just a little bit, as the tradition goes. Not too much, but just a little bit, so when you expel the air, you might even feel it around your heart area. Upright spine. You can bring your thumbs and index fingers together. And we straighten the arms. This way we can use the arms to help lift the heart. So as your arms are straight, you can think about pulling your hands back towards your hips, engaging these muscles under your armpits. And then we're trying to keep this position of a lifted rib cage as we quickly pump in the low belly with the exhale. So it'll look something like this. I'm wearing a wire. I work for the FBI. So just kidding. So it's my exhale that makes sound. I'm relaxing the belly, and then the universe just breathes me. I don't have to do anything about it. Cool? So if you're having trouble with this, you can do it through the mouth a few times. Better to do it through the nose. You'll get too dry in the throat if you do it through the mouth. So before we start, we'll take a little breath in together, and then begin. About 30 more. Keep the eyes gazing slightly forward. Slight tuck of the chin. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Stretch the last exhale. 1. And then take a slow breath in. Long breath out. Again, long inhalation. Long exhalation. Long breath in. End of the inhale, hold the breath, lifting your heart, lower the chin to meet the chest, holding the breath for up to 20 seconds or so, as long as you can comfortably. And when you're ready, long exhalation. Closing the eyes, just feeling that internal movement of energy. Take a few slow breaths there. Follow the exhales out really slowly. So when you feel like you're done exhaling, keep trying for another second or so. And then soften the upper belly, allowing the inhale to move through you, from the belly to the chest. And we'll do a second round of the Kriya, Kapalabhati. So before you start, take a little breath in, and we'll do about 40 pumps again. Begin with the exhale. Slightly lower the chin. Good, 20 more to go. Keep the throat relaxed. Good, 10 more to go. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Exhale fully, totally empty. Gently suck in below the navel and take a breath in. Filling from belly to heart, let that breath lift you higher. Long exhalation. And then one more breath in. If it's hard to sit upright, you can go ahead and sit on your heels to make it a bit easier. Take a full exhalation, totally empty. And then hold your breath empty of air. Lower the chin, lift the heart. Close the eyes. Pressing into your hands, try to lift the whole rib cage. Tension the core, and take a breath in. And take a full breath out. Then we'll come into standing in mountain pose with the feet a bit wider. So you can use that same technique. We'll just look at this really quickly. It's one of the cooler kriyas out there. It's played a big role in classical bodybuilding. So if you look up Arnold Schwarzenegger, you'll see him doing this in Google Images. I highly recommend you do this later today, folks at home. So it looks like this. You bend the knees. I'll show you my belly. I'm going to take a full exhale. I'll be empty of air so I can't talk. I'm going to relax the belly and push into my hands and do this, and you'll see what happens. Pretty far out, eh? So you can give that a shot. Take a breath in, bend your knees, hands near your hip creases. Full exhale, totally empty. Tuck your chin a little, relax the belly. Hold your breath. Push into your hands, attempting to lift the shoulders to the ears, lifting the rib cage. Helps have your shoulders forward a bit. And then engage your core, coming up to standing. Inhale. If you felt a weird kind of gasping thing in the throat, you did it correctly. And there's a technique to get rid of the gasping that we can look at another time. Okay, let's try it one more time. Let's go for it. One more breath in. So if you get that, the next step is belly dancing. So go for it. Totally empty. Hold your breath. Scooping back the stomach. Bend your knees. Heavy tail. Soft low back. Shoulders forward and up. And when you're ready to come out, engage your core. Inhale, standing. Everybody's feeling a little more awake now? Cool. So let's meet in mountain pose, Samastitihi. We'll get into the asana practice, the postural yoga. Closing the eyes, join the hands together, lowering the chin. And please join me in chanting the sound of Om. Take a long breath in. Long exhalation. And again, long breath in. And namaste, everyone. Namaste. So back to mountain samastitihi. On your next inhale, lift the arms up. Lift your shoulders, look to your thumbs. Exhale, fold forward. You can bend the knees, taking the hands to the floor or the shins. Round your back. Inhale, lift the heart halfway up, lift the chin. Exhale, plank pose. Hold this first one, stepping back. And as you inhale, push into your hands, rounding your back. As you exhale, push off the toes to go forward a little bit. Inhale, reach back through the heels. Keep the upper back rounded. Exhale, push off the toes, coming forward. 3 more times. Inhale, back through the heels. As you exhale forward, try bending your elbows a little. Movement towards chaturanga. Inhale, back to high plank. Reach back through the heels. Exhale, forwards, bending elbows. And then last one. Inhale. Exhale, bend the elbows. Slowly bring your knees down and bring your hips down. Locust pose, Shalabhasana. Inhale, reach the arms off the floor. Lift your legs and squeeze them together. Taking 5 deep breaths. Spreading the arms like wings, try to squeeze your shoulder blades towards each other. Awakening the upper back. Gazing down the nose, lift the chin. On your next exhale, bring the hands by the low ribs. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra, pressing the top of the feet down. Exhale from the core, downward facing dog. And go ahead and walk the dog, bending one leg, straightening the other. Move the hips side to side. On an inhale, lift your heels up. Exhale, reach them down slowly. Toes are spreading and rooting. Inhale, lift the heels. Exhale, slowly reach them down. Repeat that a few more times at your own pace. One more lift. We'll keep them up on the exhale. Look forward with bent knees. Step or jump. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold forward, bowing towards the knees. Inhale, lift your arms overhead. Look up to your thumbs. Exhale, arms at sides, mountain pose. Again, inhale, lift the arms. Surya Namaskara A, Sun Salute A. Exhale, fold, hands to the legs or touch the ground. Inhale, halfway up. Lift your chin. Exhale, strong through the core. Plank pose to chaturanga, bending the elbows. You can lower your hips as an option. Inhale, upward facing dog. Pull through. Exhale, look to your belly button. Use your core, downward facing dog. And breathe, about 5 deep breaths. Focus on slowing your breath down, pushing the heart towards the feet as you do so. If you feel any discomfort around the wrists, feel free to bend your knees a little bit more, and this is going to help you push out through the palms to draw the hips back. Moving the weight away from the hands a little bit. As flexibility increases, the legs could gradually be straighter, but it's very helpful to bend the knees. 2 more breaths. Next inhale, lift your heels up. Exhale, look to your hands, bend your knees. Jumper step. Inhale to look up. Exhale, fold forwards. Inhale, lift the arms, coming all the way up. Exhale, arms at sides, mountain pose. Round 2. Inhale, lift the arms, look to hands. Exhale, fold forward, slowly bowing in. Inhale, half lift, chin comes up. Exhale, brace the core, stepping back. Chaturanga, low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale from the core, downward facing dog. You can try this dog a little bit differently. Shoulder blades spreading. Try looking towards your belly button, engaging from the abdominal core. Engage from your glutes as well. Think about dropping the tailbone, relaxing your low back. And so this is like totally different than the last way I taught down dog. It's good to try a variety of approaches, different benefits. Get 2 more breaths. On your next exhale, bend your knees, look thumbs, step or jump. Inhale to look up. Exhale, folding in. Inhale, lift the arms overhead. Exhale, arms at sides, mountain pose. And take an extra breath in. Surya Namaskar B. Exhale, bend your knees, prepare for chair pose. Inhale, sit taller, lifting the arms, look to thumbs. Exhale, fold forward, bowing in. Inhale, half lift or bear weight through your hands. Exhale, low plank, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, down dog, right foot forward, and then back foot flat. Inhale, lift the arms, warrior 1. Look to your hands. Exhale, chaturanga. All the way down. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog, left foot forward, and then back foot flat. Inhale, arms overhead. Look towards thumbs. Exhale, low plank, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale from the core, downward facing dog. And breathe. You can choose your favorite breed of dog. It's up to you. You can round your back like a pug. It's one of my personal favorite dogs. They're just really cute. Or you can move into more of a backbend expression, pressing the heart towards the feet. So what's changing is the spine and the position of the pelvis. When we look at the belly button, it's more related to arm balancing like crow pose. When we press the heart to the feet, it's more related to handstands and poses like full wheel. 2 more breaths. On your next inhale, lift your heels, bend your knees on the exhale, look thumbs, step or jump. Inhale to look up. Exhale, fold in. Chair pose. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, standing tall in Samastitihi, mountain pose. Inhale, hands to the heart. Round 2. Exhale, bend the knees. Surya Namaskar B. Inhale, chair pose. Look up to thumbs. Exhale, fold, bowing in. Inhale, lift your chin. Option to lean into your hands. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, down dog. Right foot forward, back foot flat. Inhale, lift the arms overhead. Look up to thumbs. Exhale, chaturanga dandasana. Low plank. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, left foot forward. Back foot flat, rounding your spine. Inhale, roll up through your spine. Lift the chin at the end. Exhale, low plank, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. And breathe. One more breath. Long exhale to bend the knees, look hands. Inhale, jumper step. And then look up. Exhale, fold head to knees. Chair pose. Inhale, lifting the arms. And exhale, standing tall in mountain pose. Inhale, separate the feet hip width, holding your waist. Lift your heart, lift your chin. Exhale, fold, reach for your big toes using peace fingers and thumbs. Feel free to bend your knees. Inhale to look up. You could also modify this holding up on your shins to get the heart up more. Exhale, 5 breath. Either keeping the heart up or bowing in. For those of you with your legs fairly straight, quadriceps contracted, try to lean forward just a little bit towards your big toes. Just so you're balancing the weight through the heel and the ball of the foot. It's really an art form, balancing those energies. Good, one more breath. Long exhalation, lifting pelvic floor. Inhale to look up. Exhale, step on the palms of the hands. Padahastasana. You could bend your knees as an alternative. Inhale, look up. Maybe you keep the heart up. Option 2, exhale, folding in. Again, knees can be bent or straight in any of these asanas. If your hamstrings are tight, it might be better to either bend your knees or keep your heart lifted to protect your low back. Three more breaths. Inhale, slowly lift your heart. Exhale, hands to the waist. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, mountain pose. Then we'll stand in mountain so you can turn towards the left side of the room. Turn towards the windows, those of you in studio. Feet in the middle of the mat together. Bend your knees. And then preparation stance, feet 3 feet apart. Inhale, you can jump or step. Good. Exhale, feet together. A few more times. Bend your knees. Inhale, jump. And exhale, feet together. So get really low, contracting the buttocks, and then jump. It's a great little traditional movement. Also will improve your defense game if you're a basketball player. Any ballers in the house? Any retired ballers in the house? Yeah, a few of us? Right on. It's too tough for that sport. So we'll spread the arms out, feet about 3 feet apart. Inhale, spread your toes and fingers. You're going to lift your right toes, pivot out from the hip joint. So you're turning out over the heel. Trikonasana. Exhale, take the right hand down to your shin, ankle, or hook the big toe. And look towards your top thumb. 5 breaths. Quadriceps contracted in both legs. You can find the micro bend of the right knee by pushing through the ball of the foot or big toe. Squeezing the feet towards each other, awaken the right hamstring strength and buttock strength. Inhale to come up, preparation stance. Exhale, lift and spread left toes, turn out over the heel, and move into the other side, taking left shin or big toe. It can help to drop the right heel back slightly, allowing a little bit of inward rotation in that right hip as you initially enter the posture. And set your gazing point towards your thumb. Either thumb will do. One more breath. Squeezing the feet towards each other, strong in the back of the left leg. Inhale, come up. Preparation stance. Exhale, right foot out again. Left toes in a little closer. Half moon. So pick up the left leg, gazing down your right thumb. And the closer the hand reaches to the floor, the more you can lift that left leg to counterbalance. If that starts to feel kind of easy or effortless, try to lift your heart away from the floor again. See if you can feel the sides of the core working to support you. Literally the core set of the core. It's working to hug you in. Isn't that a nice image, getting a hug from your core? On your next exhale, land the back foot, bend the right knee. Inhale, preparation stance, and then left foot out. Exhale, bend the left knee, raising the back leg. Half moon Ardha Chandrasana. Again, if it starts to feel fairly effortless, start to play with it a little more. Try lifting the heart away from the floor again. Tensioning around the sides of the core. On your next exhalation, land the foot. Inhale, preparation stance. Good. Exhale, turn your right foot out. Step your left foot in another 45 degrees. Take an inhale to spread your arms out. Open your chest. Exhale, engaging that left side of the core. Reach the left hand down to your shin or touch the floor next to your foot. Top arm up for evolved triangle. So we can think of keeping that contraction strongly through the left side while trying to create space through the right side, between the right hip and the right shoulder. Lengthening right side body. Drawing back through the right hip. Next exhale, look down. Inhale, come up, turn to side wall. Exhale, change the feet, left foot out, right heel drops back a little. Inhale, spread the arms. On your exhale, right side of the core strong as you bring the right arm down, other arm up, and breathe. Lengthening left side of the torso. Squeeze your feet towards each other to draw back through the left hip. You can also make it challenging by lifting the heart away from the floor a little bit more, just like we did in half moon balancing. Really hugging the core into the spine. Next exhalation, look down. Inhale, come up, turn to the side. Exhale, hopping to the middle of the mat, mountain pose Samastitihi. And take a breath in. Exhale, bend your knees, longer jump. Inhale, very nice. Exhale, right foot turns to the front, left heel drops back. Take an inhale to bend that right knee. Exhale, side angle. So you can take your right hand next to the foot, just outside of the leg. Press your knee out into the arm and look towards your top thumb. The top arm is close to the ear, so there's a long line all the way through the back leg. And concentrate your focus towards your thumb. Cultivate stillness in the posture. Forehead relaxed, jaw relaxed. Moving from the core, inhale up, preparation stance. Exhale, pivot over the left heel, bending that left knee, and enter the posture, left hand down, gazing towards top thumb. All the while pressing the knee towards the little toe. So if your hand is outside the foot, you can press your knee out into your arm. Awakening the abductors of the left hip, the buttock muscles. Good. 3 more slow breaths, softening jaw, forehead, soft gazing through the eyes. On your next inhale, come up. Parallel feet, toes in a little. Exhale, hold your waist. Inhale, roll the shoulders up and back, lift through your heart. Exhale, fold, reaching for the floor, hands under shoulders. Inhale, roll up halfway, and then lift your chin. And we'll pause there for 5 breaths. So try to keep your back straight, heart up. All the while, you can think of pushing your hands towards the space between your feet to awaken those muscles under your armpits. Strong, straight arms. Okay, level 2, if you're comfortable with inversion practice, lean your shoulders over your wrists, lift your heels, and then imagine putting 2 half moons together, gazing between thumbs, gripping with the fingertips. 3 more breaths. One more breath. Exhale to land the heels down. Inhale, lift the heart, looking up. Fold forward on your exhale. You can walk the hands back in line with the heels and bow the head towards the ground. Top of head. If that comes easily, try the back of the head. And there's always the option to keep the heart lifted instead. 3 more breaths. Inhale, look up halfway, hands forward. Exhale, pause, bring the feet a little closer. And on your inhale, come up. Exhale, fully catching the waist. Inhale, spread your arms out like wings. Exhale, squeeze your shoulder blades, interlace the fingers behind the back. You could use a towel or a strap as an alternative. Inhale, lift and open the heart, lift the chin. Exhale, fold, pulling your arms off of your spine. And breathe. Spreading toes. Initially, we tend to lean back through the heels. That's how we get that forward fold at the pelvis. So you can really work with that. If your legs are pretty straight, though, start to counterbalance by leaning forward more towards the balls of your feet. Heartbreaker, you can lean forward a little bit. Yeah. It's my favorite nickname of anyone I've ever met in my life. Thank you for existing. 2 more breaths. Next, exhale, bend your knees a little. And with strong buttocks, inhale to come up. And exhale at the top. Beautiful. And then hands to your waist. Bring the heels closer to each other, turning the feet outwards. So the hips are turned out, hands along the inner thighs. Bend your knees. Take a breath in. As you exhale, look over to your right side. Left shoulder presses forward. Inhale to come up. And other side, exhale, right shoulder forward, bowing towards the earth. Inhale, come up. Exhale, left shoulder forward. And then retract that left shoulder as you come up. Right shoulder forward. Squeezing the right shoulder blade back as you come up. Do a few more vinyasas. And ideally, we want to feel that the legs are doing some work here. Is everybody feeling their legs? It's pretty inescapable. A big bend of the knees, strong buttocks. And look to the right side and pause there. Draw your shoulders away from your ears. Press the left hand and the inner thigh against each other and breathe. Keep drawing that shoulder away from the ear. Inhale back to center, other side. Exhale, right shoulder forward. Then draw it away from the ear as it rotates in. And press the hand and the inner right thigh against each other. Good, 1 more breath. Back to center on the inhale. Exhale, touch the floor. Whoa, take the heels out finally. Good, take a breath in. Exhale, fold forward. You could repeat one of the previous hand positions, bowing down. You could try pressing the backs of the hands into the floor. If Shirshasana headstand is in your practice, you're welcome to do your headstand of choice. We'll take about 8 breaths in this last one. You could be hanging out in the forward fold, it's an alternative. A nice way to build a headstand without putting any potential risk in the neck at all is keeping your head above ground, rooting the forearms down, and exploring leaning your shoulders past your elbows, lifting and lowering the heels. That's going to strengthen you in the hardest part of learning a headstand. 4 more breaths. 3, 2, One more breath. Headstanders, you can land your feet wide. And then with an inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, turn the feet away from each other. Nothing crazy this time, though. So we'll bend the left leg, right leg straight, Skandasana. You can lift the ball of the foot. Inhale across center and switch. Exhale, lifting the ball of the left foot as that leg straightens. Inhale across center, a few more vinyasas. Exploring the squat. It could be done with the heel on the floor. If you like to stretch the sole of the foot, you might have the heel off the floor. Maybe there's a limitation around the bones in the ankle or flexibility. Work with what your mama gave you. Next exhale, bend the left leg and pause. So we have some options. We can use the floor for support and stay up high, knee over ankle. If it's there, we can bend low and then press the left arm against the inner leg, wrap the right arm around the back for a half or full bind, grabbing the right wrist potentially. Strong in the left side of the core as the chest turns open to the sky. One more breath. Let go on the exhale. Oops, take the hands forward. Inhale across center. Exhale, bending the right leg, lifting the ball of the left foot. And remember your options there. If you are binding, you can try to take the left arm around and catch the left fingers using the right hand, maybe even the left wrist. Really squeezing that wrist deeply. Turn the chest away from the squatting leg. On your next exhalation, slowly let go. Inhale, come back to the center, parallel feet. Exhale, bend your knees, look forward. Hands to the waist. Inhale, come up. And exhale, step to the middle of the mat, mountain pose, Samastitihi. Very good. Inhale, separate the feet 3 feet apart, spreading the arms. Exhale, turn the shoulders in, fists together behind the back, or palms in reverse prayer. Inhale, right foot out, left leg steps in about 45 degrees, whatever it takes to get the foot flat. Could be more or less. Exhale, folding over your right leg, gazing down the tip of the nose. Breathe deep. Think of micro-bending that right knee while engaging the quadriceps, fronts of thighs. One more breath. Exhaling, bend right knee. Take the fingertips beyond your right toes. Inhale, lift the left leg, lift the heart. Great place to stay. Option 2, arms out like wings. Try to lift the heart a little bit higher. As that left leg lifts, hug it into the midline, awakening the inner thigh muscles. Toes spread wide. Standing split. Exhale, hands down, bow head to knee. 5 more breath. Option 2, lift the heart on the inhale, load up the shoulder, leaning your shoulders over the wrists, rocking onto the tip of the right toe, potentially swinging with the left leg. If handstands in your practice, you can do it. Gazing between hands. And on your next exhale, land the back foot. Inhale, come up. Preparation stance. Exhale, hands behind the back, fists together, or reverse prayer. Inhale, left foot out, right leg steps in. Lift your heart. Exhale, fold over your left leg. Think of aiming your right ribs towards your left knee, incorporating a little twist. All the while squeezing your feet towards each other, allowing that right hip to lift and the left hip to really draw back. Heels heavy, 2 more breaths. Next exhale, bend your front knee. Take the fingertips beyond your left foot. Inhale, lift the heart, lift the back leg. Great place to be, toes spreading, heart lifting. Step 2, spread the arms, lift the heart a little higher. Standing split, exhale, hands down. Feel free to bend your left knee and bow towards it, lifting the right leg even higher. Option 2, handstand play, planting your palms, fingers spread, but then really grip with the fingertips as if you were squeezing a lemon, and then lean forward, shoulders over wrists, swinging the right leg to assist with that movement forward and back, forward and back. Maybe a bit of air time. Then landing the back foot. Inhale to come up. Turn to the side. Exhale, samastitihi, stepping to the top of the mat. Take a few breaths to recenter. Then standing on the left leg, take your right foot up for tree pose. It could be above or below the knee. If you know Padmasana, you can do Padmasana instead. And bring the hands to prayer, really squeezing that standing leg into the midline, which has the way of keeping the left hip right over the heel. On an inhale, grow some branches, elbows in and up. Biceps close to the ears. Find a single point of focus somewhere in front of you. And the effort is really to lengthen through the crown and lift the heart towards the face. Elbows drawing in and then back. And then exhale, hands to heart center. And then lower the right leg, make it strong. Left side. And focus on really lifting the heart up. That can actually help with the balance as well. Elbows in and then up. Hands pressing towards the back of the room. Keep the elbows hugging in. Find a single point of focus somewhere on the ground in front of you. And on your next exhale, slowly bring the hands over the heart and lower the foot. And we'll meet back in mountain pose, samastitihi. And take a free breath in, joining the hands. Exhale, bend your knees. Inhale, sit a little bit taller, contracting the buttocks. Chair pose, Utkatasana, 5 breaths. So raising the arms up, try lifting the chin and looking towards the thumbs. If your neck hurts, go shoulder width and try lifting your shoulders higher, or keep the head neutral. Otherwise, gaze up at the thumbs. Exhale, forward fold, hands down. Inhale, lift your head, bend your elbows, heels up. Start to lean over your hands. Crow pose, Bakasana. So with the feet about 6 inches or more behind your hands, you can really lean into your hands. The idea is to find weight bearing in the shoulders, squeezing the knees up towards the armpits. Exhale, Chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale from the core, downward facing dog. Inhale, bring the legs out in front. Exhale, take the hands by the hips, find a tall spine. So really roll the shoulders up and back, lifting the heart. On an inhale, raise the arms up. Exhale, slide the hands over the top of the feet, head to knees. Inhale, pull back on the feet, lifting the heart. You could bend the knees or hold the shins as an alternative. Exhale, 3 breaths, tucking the chin, lengthen up through the crown. Keep the legs active, drawing the thigh bones back into the hip sockets. Next inhale, lift the chin. Exhale, fold over your legs, bending the elbows if you can. Whether that means holding the legs or holding the feet, it's all good. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, bend both knees and cradle rock that right leg, gently rocking the legs side to side. Exploring the range in the hip. If you're a bit looser, you can take the foot into the left elbow crease and bind the hands around the shin. And we're looking for a sweet spot. Where do you feel a nice stretch? Maybe it's going to be in the hip. Maybe it's in the back of the leg. And then pause at that sweet spot. So maybe it's drawing the right leg back like so. If you are quite flexible, feel free to wiggle that leg more over the shoulder and straighten the leg. Of course, if you're a bit tight, that's impossible, but you can still work it like this. It's good. I'm getting some raised eyebrows. That just takes a little bit of time. So you can really draw the leg back with the knee bent as an alternative. 3 more breaths. 2, 1, then try to squeeze the calf as close to the shoulder as you can. Plant your hands, lift your left leg straight up. It's a great place to be. Step 2, rock forward a little, push into your hands, try to lift the buttocks. Step 3, left ankle over the right, and then try bending the elbows to bring the legs out. And then we'll come back to center and switch sides. If you want to do the whole vinyasa thing, go for it. Left leg cradle rock stretch. So you can hold that foot with the right hand, or you can use the right elbow crease if that's available to you. Try flexing the foot towards the shin and pressing the edge of that foot forward against your hand or your forearm. So that way the ankle doesn't really move and it's more about opening into the hips. Good. And then find your sweet spot, your stretch. So maybe it's drawing the leg out towards the left with the knee bent. Maybe it's bringing the leg more over the shoulder if you're quite loose, attempting to straighten the leg. Just be nice and easy with it. Do what feels right. Turn the heart towards the right side. Two more breaths. And then really hug that leg in towards your shoulder. Hands by the hips. Squeeze your leg in towards you so it doesn't slip off the sweaty arm. And then right leg up. Explore rocking forward, lifting the buttocks. Good. If you get lift off, cross one ankle over the other, and then try taking the legs out to the sides, bending the arms, and then gradually press up to center. Awesome. And we'll meet back in a sitting position. Great. Bring your legs together. Lean back 45 degrees, arms forward. Boat pose, Navasana. Lean back a little bit more, tucking the pelvis under to raise the feet up. We're working from the core of the body. And then exhale, knees to shoulders, reach forwards. Inhale, boat pose, Navasana 5 times. Exhale, reach forwards, knees wide. Inhale, lean back, boat pose. Again, exhale, forward, rounding the back. Inhale, Navasana. Last one. Exhale, knees towards shoulders. Inhale, Navasana. And then release the pose. Bring the soles of the feet together. Bound angle, Baddha Konasana. You could be supporting yourself with the hands behind you, attempting to engage the buttocks and draw the knees down, or take hold of the feet. Inhale to lift the heart up. Option to fold on the exhale. And bring the awareness inwards, closing the eyes, releasing the effort. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, bring the knees together. Take the feet to the floor. And with an inhale, reach the arms forward. Exhale, scooping tailbone under. Ribs draw in. Slowly lay down vertebra by vertebra, coming all the way down onto your back. Setting up for bridge pose or full wheel. Feet about hip width. And for bridge pose, you can wiggle the upper arm bones closer behind the back. Inhale, lift your hips with the legs parallel. If you're comfortable with full wheel, hands under shoulders, inhale to come all the way up, scooping the tailbone towards the knees. We'll do a few more rounds. So on your exhale, try bending your knees a little bit more. Crown of the head, top of the head to the floor, and then hands closer to the feet. Inhale, come up again. Working with the bend of the knees now. Gently rock forward and back, sending the heart over the hands and then away from the hands. And once more, bend the knees, lower the crown of the head down. Maybe the hands go an inch closer to the feet, maybe not, that's fine. Inhale up, last one. Let's cultivate stillness now. 5 breaths, complete stillness in the pose. Strong grip with fingertips. Firmly push out through the heel of your palm. Exhale, bend your knees, and come all the way down onto your back. Windshield wiper your legs side to side, taking the feet a little bit wider apart than the mat. And then both knees towards the left side, pause there, with the option of bringing the left ankle outside right thigh bone. Reach the right arm towards the back of the room on a long inhalation. And breathe, allowing the right sitting bone to come off the floor. Allowing that right hip to lift a little bit. And then back to center, feet as wide as the mat. Other side, exhaling. Option to bring right ankle outside the left thigh bone, allowing the left buttock to lift a little. A long inhale, reach the left arm towards the back of the mat. And then slowly come back to center. Knees to your shoulders, happy baby. If you're comfortable with shoulders, legs up to full shoulder stand. Otherwise, happy baby, holding your knees. Or shoulder stand, you can support the low back. Finding stillness in the posture, gazing up to the feet, head centered. So we keep the back of the skull in the ground, gazing up the legs. And you can allow the hands to take some of the weight by flexing in the hip. And that keeps the neck safe. Three more breaths. Exhale, plow pose, or remain in happy baby. Allowing the spine to round as much as you're comfortable. Exhaling, slowly lower through the vertebra. Bend the knees, lower the feet, and stretch your feet out towards the corners of the mat. Soften the shoulders down the back, moving into Savasana, relaxation. All together, let's take a long breath in and a big sigh. Again, long breath in. Completely let go. We'll take a few minutes to rest in total silence. Relax the face, the forehead. Relax the back of the throat, letting go of any breathing technique whatsoever. Letting go of the physical body. And allow the universe to breathe you. Start to come back to the body now. Wiggling toes, fingers. Turning the chin from shoulder to shoulder, stretching through the neck. Shoulders away from ears. And with the feet together, inhale to reach the arms back. Long exhalation, tensioning the core, drawing the low back to the ground, knees in towards the chest. reaching the right arm back as a pillow, supporting the head. Take a few breaths on your side. And with the support of the left hand, slowly come up to a comfortable seat. Any upright sitting position will do just great. And sitting tall, close the eyes. Bring your hands together. And take a moment to reconnect with the breath. And just notice how you're feeling after doing this practice. Notice any changes. And we'll close with a chant of Om. Take a long breath in. Om. Thank you all so much for coming together, bringing your energy. Thank you so much for practicing. My name is Mike, and it's been a pleasure.